What inconceivable item will we be getting at the start of today's episode of Blasphemous? It could be anything, really.
Beyond your wildest miraculous machinations. You are now leaving reality. Exit stage right. Huh?
Oh, but it's not just any mask. It is a deformed mask.
I knew it was gonna be some weird, crazy artifact. That belongs in a museum. That's gonna melt all the Nazis. What? You put that on and everything you look at turns to gold. Oh,
Veo todo desde lo más alto del árbol seco, en el que el milagro me ha reencarnado.
Well, that's strange.
Could you shut my face? There's a draft.
The shutters have blown open in the wind.
It sure seems like whatever happened to this mysterious voice was either reincarnated at the top of the tree, of the Ferris tree, or he is the tree.
I'm gonna say it's not the first time in Custodia we've seen that happening to someone. Just the problem is, like, the rest of Custodia seems to have taken a lesson from that.
So the Archcathedral rooftops are what they're actually later on what are going to allow us to reach the very top of the Mother of Mothers, which is where the Cradle of Affliction is.
That gorgeous looking vista has taken us to, like, Warhammer 40K-ville? Really? Does it have to do that? Why can't we have just, like, a nice sunset walk in the park?
Think about what game we're Let's Playing, C. Jacobs.
That's ending 4 material.
You're
It's
right.
like we're providing all the jokes because this game has like 2 of them.
I guess you're right that it's been 8 videos, but I think I've started to notice that this game lacks a little levity, doesn't it?
Really? I never noticed. It's incredible.
Tirso's like, damn it, I'm a doctor, not a gardener.
Odioso sea este penitente. Con vuestra aportación, la obra de esta cofradía continúa.
If you want to talk more about olives, you should go over to this guy named Heavy No. Oh, wait, never mind. Too late.
Hey, whoa.
Encontrar lo siguiente reto.
This place is getting populous.
And that one guy over there still hasn't had his soul cross over to the other side of the dream. I'm starting to think that the dream is on 56K dial-up.
Maybe he, before he died, said, look, I always wanted to be a statue. Could you, like, just leave me here? The miracle was like, sure thing. No one will even want to touch you. What I'm saying is the miracle is like a monkey's paw kind of thing, where, like, you make a wish to the miracle, and the miracle grants it all right. Oh, it grants it all right.
But boy, is it teaching you a lesson? Yeah.
No, it's just being a dick, actually, I think. Wait, you laughed. Wait a minute, you laughed. Hang on. That's a suspicious laugh you just did. Oh no! Maybe if we keep praying to God, we'll find the answers. With our wallet.
This is like the thing. Nobody trusts each other, and we're all very tired.
Yeah. So with this last upgrade in the tithing, it allows us to treat the tithe box as a confessor statue. So we no longer have to go to like Brotherhood of the Silent Sorrow or any of the other confessor statues that we've seen.
That's kind of awesome. Does this game have
there's a
more...
missing spot on this map.
Does this game have more permanent
Oh.
upgrades?
Hi there, new NPC.
Hello.
So we have been collecting knots of rosary rope and not really using them. This is why.
It's nice to meet you. Why? Is that her Spanish name?
That's her Twitter handle. Now, admittedly, she dropped her phone, so she can't. She hasn't tweeted in about 200 years. But
We could help her out with that. Just need to give her a way to reach it.
oh hey, there's that high will again. Seems strange. Maybe it'll come up later.
We really should. I wish we weren't Penitent Silentman, actually. We could ask anyone about this, but he just won't. Good for him.
there's a different version of the Penitent One who can speak but doesn't want to. He's the hesitant one.
No, that's Blasphemous remake. That's coming out in 2034. They're gonna give him a voice, and it'll be very controversial.
The last 2 games that I've done Let's Plays of, Brothers: A Tale of Two Sons and Epic Mickey, both have gotten remakes announced within the last few years.
I would be okay with Blasphemous 3D. I'd be okay with that.
As would I. Yo, you're gonna have a complete rosary, man.
I admit, originally I didn't realize that I've been holding on to them, but then I figured a way to put it into this route that I'm taking.
You are like the olive seeds, sowing seeds yourself. Because here's the thing, like, the Penitent One is helping out the people that he comes across here, right? And, like, beating the hell out of a bunch of Eldritch Abomination godly ascendant people. But, like, what are we really accomplishing?
Also, as you can see in the top right, I did some off-screen grinding. Like, just a tad.
Oh, yeah. No, yeah.
Enough for us to unlock our next upgrade, actually.
Okay, I see what we're accomplishing. The population is coming back out because we're making this district rich! Yo! Ooh, invest in crypto, says Penitent One!
Come on, even tiers of the guilty are of higher value than crypto.
Oh, but that's the thing, is he has to be penitent for something. Maybe it should be for NFTs. He's like, I'm so sorry that I brought this upon the world. This was my fault. I take upon this burden of the apes. Oh, wait. We really are dressing up the place now.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
I was kind of joking, but maybe they really are coming out because we're making it a nice place to live again.
We're gentrifying the community.
Do you see any community centers at all in Albro? This is where people come to hang out. Like, this is the shopping mall for teenagers.
Yeah.
Also, check out this Prie-Dieu now.
Why is it? Oh,
Oh my
With
god.
this upgrade, we are able to teleport between Prie-Dieus.
that's awesome. Are they just gonna hang out there? They're like, hey, what's up, Penitent One? Oh, they're everywhere.
Yep.
You just got groupies that follow you around now? This game rules.
This is the other method of fast travel I talked about.
That's
I think this is what
awesome.
you get after 20,000 tiers have been tithed.
I had not thought of that as something that would unlock. I thought that our fast travel was restricted to the way it was. That's brilliant, because that's a mechanic I wouldn't have even thought of them expanding.
So here's something about Graveyard of the Peaks that I forgot to mention, which is that the wind alters the trajectory of our jumps. So if I was to try to jump against the wind going over here, I wouldn't be able to make that jump.
Oh, you gotta arc yourself.
Yeah.
Good find though.
Hey, something else to give to Nascimento.
Look at Penitent Knievel over here.
Peevel Knievel, I think is his name.
Is it because of his diminutive size? Everyone in the game is taller than him. Have you noticed?
Well, I mean, you know what they say about people's capirotes. Large capirote, small. Yeah, I'll leave it to your imagination.
I love the idea, though, that he is just a Lilliputian or whatever that's in the wrong story. Like, he's like, I'm like 2 feet tall. Why is everyone like basketball height? Deogracius, look at. Like, I didn't realize how tall Deogracius was until he stood up, and I was like, oh, hey. You ever seen one of those memes that's like how to properly talk to a lesser heighted person? Well, the Penitent One is that meme.
Everything's bigger in the miracle.
Anyway, over to the right here is another new area.
God.
Ooh. Library of the Negated Words?
Those books are in jail!
This is the restricted section at Hogwarts. But in Spain instead of Scotland.
Or every library in Texas.
And these are enemies called the librarians. They're actually invincible. But they kind of work like the Boo Ghosts in Mario, where if they can see you, they will become solid and damage you if you run into them.
Ooh.
I like that they're just defensive. They're just trying to read. Like, they just want you to leave so they can keep you out of the restricted books section. You're not old enough to be here, Penitent. Oh, you're a child. That's why you're so short. Penitent kid.
Ah.
Was kind of like how A Hat in Time has Hat Kid. You're Penitent Kid. Whoa!
Yeah, that is the headless Chamberlain.
No, she's got one. Oh, I see what you meant. Right, at the source of it. It's like a Dullahan kind of a thing. So, every enemy in this game is nuts.
Yeah.
That's just unnecessary.
I mean, at this point, can you really blame the Penitent One for trying to have a little fun when he's doing his job?
No, I can't. I can't blame him because he heard about the whole tree metaphor thing and he was like, well, I cut my enemies down like
him
those.
when he got knocked off like an asshole there?
All right. He really does corkscrew through the air in a kind of goofy way. It's like in Dead Rising, I guess.
It's the aerodynamics of the hat.
He's like a bullet. He's like a drill through the air. That's brilliant. When do you get to attack enemies that way? Is that in New Game Plus?
If I knew anything about Turin Lagan, aside from there being drills in it, I would make a joke here.
Right, exactly. Like, I'm not the right type of nerd to make that joke, Roy?
Nope.
Man.
Nope.
Goons, you gotta get on it. Okay, your groupie's just hanging out in the library is awesome. Oh, sorry. Your groupie's just hanging out in the library is really awesome, guys.
Ironic, considering this next NPC.
No cesa. Rectas sobre estos muros olvidados, sin que nadie pueda determinar.
Now, we're not going to learn this guy's name until after we finish his quest, which, of course, that's going to be in the first New Game Plus.
Alta voluntad, hacer
He is the gatekeeper.
desde hace tiempo.
He jingles when he walks.
What you buying?
I think his beard is also made of keys, but I can't tell for sure.
It absolutely was.
I feel like if he opened up that coat, he would be wearing a chainmail vest of keys. Maybe he's like a librarian landlord. Like the books have to pay their tenant rent for like the high rise that they live in back there. For the record, that is an absurdly large library of books you can't read because they're all verboten.
Yeah, it's like in the Captain Underpants books, where the school library is just one dusty 200-page book in the corner and the rest is covered in cobwebs.
I mean, that seems like the story that the Bone essentially just told us, where the Bone was like, just so you know, even the guy that founded this shit wanted to read the books. Everyone wanted to read the forbidden books and rearrange the signs to say, like, you go pee in the pool.
So, I mean, what if this is the plan, is to taunt people with information they can't have?
Oh, it's temptation. You're brilliant. It's like saying, like, oh, I bet you wish you could read the books, but that means you're doing wrong. You shouldn't wish that you should read the books. Don't even look at the books.
Again, Texas.
We can safely assume that Project Gutenberg was not a thing in this universe.
No, and the Internet Archive never happened either, funnily enough.
Nor did the internet.
Well, you don't know that. You know what? Wait, there aren't enough atheists for it to be the internet, I guess.
An internet without Reddit? Now it actually sounds like better.
Oh, you're right. A post-Reddit Custodia is a place I'd like to live.
Holy shit.
For the record, these guys are disrespecting the books. These guys are real jerks for doing that boomerang thing with the book.
their categorization system is they use Dewey Decimal, but it's in cipher, so you have to do extra encoding just to figure out what the first letter is.
Wait, maybe these guys are also cops. They're literally throwing the book at you. What about these guys? Calm down.
Yeah, that enemy is also the librarian, but I mean it's basically a reskin of the Acerado, with a slightly different trajectory, because they are literally throwing the book at our hero.
Is he a hero? Oh yeah, I guess he is that. Yeah, he's that.
He's a hero in the Greek mythological sense, where your heroes like murder your wife and children, and then have to complete 12 labors as penance. Honestly, when you think about it, Kratos is like the most sympathetic and human of all of the so-called Greek heroes in mythology.
Oh, you weren't just talking about the video game guy. I gotcha. No, see, you're right that this does get actually mythological with it, doesn't it? Where like the Penitent One represents pretty much penance as a concept.
That, kids, is what we call hubris and arrogance. That was a completely unforced error on my part. I left all this in because I wanted to emphasize how much of a jackass I was being. There was no reason to do that.
Can I just say though, that's what we call Nintendo. That's Castlevania design right there. You approach a ledge and a fish man just knocks you off. They're back. So
that is the upgraded version of the ghastly Baroness that I mentioned before. Like I said, she has like the same kind of laser that Tres Angustias has, or had, I should say. But it's easier to avoid, even though it does significantly more damage.
Oh, this is pleasant. Oh yeah.
They even have one of these down here. What if?
Yep.
The books have got to be getting moldy. I mean,
and
look at
bloody.
The cobwebs.
Think about how long that
chains.
blood's been there. Like it's coagulated by this point.
Thinking about it, I don't want to think about it. But I must anyway, because my curiosity as a human has been piqued.
Our viewers want you to think about it, though.
You're so
That's right.
Think about the hashtag engagement that we could get from this. Oh, by the way, Gardo Infante here.
My friend! He was just down here checking out a book! He was helping the girl reach a shelf. Or this lady.
By the way, she does have a name, Our Lady of the Six Sorrows, but that's hard to say in English, so we'll just keep calling her Boob Lady, I think.
Perfect.
I'm gonna say that I can tell what the sorrows are. I would feel pretty bad too if I were a pincushion for like someone else's sewing needles. Okay, again, like, he's just helping her reach the tall shelves and there's no implication. Jesus, I forgot about that one.
Yeah. Oh, we must have seen that execution already, but...
I think you've done it before, but just the way that he goes straight up the middle, like, that is a sharp sword.
That is precision, sir.
So you'll want to remember this room for New Game Plus.
Oh shit, it's like that room from Braid where they tell you it's all a metaphor for a nuke. No, don't read those. It actually is restricted. I get why this area is here.
So, in terms of the geography of where we're here, oh, by the way, we're already getting a reskin for the Headless Chamberlain, and those heads actually have different properties, which we'll see later. I don't remember if it's in this run. But in terms of the geography of this place, so the starting area is kind of formed like a triangle, whereas these three areas that we're going through, Mothers, Library of the Negated Words, and there's one or two others. They're kind of stacked on top of each other. Like each one is below another layer below Mother of Mothers.
Whoa, that's kind of nuts. I didn't think it would get that eldritch. Wait a minute, they went from buried books to buried art?
Yep.
What's next? Buried music?
This is a commentary on what happens to the arts when you put in austerity measures.
Oh.
Wow, that's one of the more accessible metaphors so far, isn't it, huh?
Again, Texas.
Yeah, there are several places, ancient and modern, that which this applies to, aren't there? That are like, you know what? Let's just burn down that Library of Alexandria, baby.
There are some lessons to be learned from this.
And a new enemy. 2 new enemies, actually.
I was about to say, in real life, mimics don't exist. I don't think. Wait a minute. I need to examine the portraits in my house.
Are you ready for this amazing execution animation? Check this shit out.
Oh!
Yo!
How the hell did he do that? He broke the fourth wall to kill that thing. Whoa!
So that
Oh my
enemy
God.
has an amazing name. It is called A Captive in the Canvas.
Not anymore, it's not.
Yes! Oh.
And this one is called the Sleepless Tomb. It's basically a tougher version of the similar looking tomb enemies that we saw in Graveyard of the Peaks.
That's pretty horrific that that's here. That it's a
Yep.
it's a tomb where you would put a dead person, but it is considered art. Like, it's good that it's considered art, not so good that it had to be put here.
Yeah, tombstones are art in their own way.
I agree with you, but if they came alive and started to thwack me with their marble, I would want them to stop doing that.
What if like there's a zombie apocalypse where the dead don't rise, but it's their tombstones?
That would be awesome and way harder to fight. These, like, tombstone golems, like, with silver golem tombstone blood. That would make a great pulp horror novel.
That's actually what George Miller's working on when he's not cameoing in Death Stranding 2. Now, this is related to another puzzle, which, again, well, I gotta go into the room for that, but we won't be doing that until New Game Plus 1. This one.
Hey, that blue and red hue is pretty familiar.
Yeah, that actually, those 3 paintings tell us the solution, but we have to suss it out, which we'll do later.
Sorry, did you just say? Never mind. Those are memes of yesteryear. Those should be buried in the sleeping canvases. Among Us memes.
Yeah, they should be buried among the other 2000s memes. So these enemies they're called arbiters. They are basically Mario Dry Bones.
They're golems. Oh,
Yeah.
They're like made out of some kind of strange golden wax. Isn't that weird?
They cannot be killed. Not even the Cloistered Sapphire can kill them.
Ah! I see what forged those things.
Yeah, it's that combination. You can see there, I had some extra invincibility from using the Vertialis. In some more testing that I did in New Game Plus, I actually found that different prayers have different levels of invincibility. Like the Taranto to my sister, it actually has up to like 2 seconds of invincibility after you cast it.
Damn.
Whereas Vertialis gives you about a second, and there are some other prayers which are technically more powerful, but they don't have invincibility that lasts as long.
I'm sorry, Wicker Woman?
That also sounds like foreshadowing.
We're gonna be attacked by bees soon. Oh, hey!
I'm so glad we were on the same page.
Oh, yes, the bees! Yeah! Is what I'll say when they show up.
The original Wicker Man is really good. Go see it. Arguably Christopher Lee's best performance in a career of nothing but excellent performances.
I like that advertisement. That's a sale on your pal CJ's part. Way to go, homie. You sold me on it.
And he did that role for free because the production team was that desperate for they're on a tight budget. Anyway, this one of Candelaria's shops is like that one part of Wind Waker where Beetle has a shop where everything is absurdly expensive. That's what this is. So we've had this the whole time. We've had the ability to place markers on our map in like Breath of the Wild style.
But you're the Let's Player, so you don't need to do that. Isn't that funny how you got to kind of work that in there?
Despite how I have edited my gameplay to make me look like I know what I'm doing, Exhibit A.
Well, all right. I mea culpa on that one. I am so sorry for the timing of that commentary. My bad. Whoops.
But my sense of direction is actually pretty bad. And it's basically through rote trial and error and sheer memorization that I've basically had to tattoo the areas onto my brain.
Inside of your eyelids.
Yeah. So, how about this? We can finally blow out one of the candles, and that turns our small bead of blue wax into a medium.
Yo, so now it does, I assume, a little better bonus.
Yes, and there's a... whoa, what the hell? I bumped my mic. But yeah, there's another candle that will turn medium to large, and thankfully that does carry over into New Game Plus.
So, like, I think the Miracle heard you explaining that, and it's like that video where a guy gets, like, the chair kicked out from under him. Like, that's what it just did to your mic. The Miracle was like, do you not know where you are? Don't explain any of this!
So we have a perfectly good in-universe explanation for the Let's Player curse.
Yes! The jades that has affected this. Yeah.
That
Wait.
burger upgrade they kind of give you for free. If you know where you're going, at least.
I've actually just considered the fact that these are all here. Like, they seem to be in collectible jail.
Yes.
Well, but like, you've been using them the whole time to level up. Does that mean we've been doing sacrilege the whole time?
The funnier answer is yes.
I'm gonna imagine it's yes. I'll let the chat decide for us whether or not what we've been doing is sacrilege, because we are, like, destroying art and canvases here. I personally don't think he has all that much to atone for.
It's like that one guy who was so offended by a piece of minimalist art that he slashed the painting itself. It was a huge thing. That was just like 3 simple colors. But he physically attacked the painting. He slashed it through it with a knife. And even after it was restored, even after that piece of art was restored, it never, was able to capture that same emotional power that the original did.
Ah, God, you're making the Penitent One sound like such a bad person here. Oh.
I mean, if you were to ask him, and maybe he would write it down because he doesn't speak, but I don't think he would disagree with me there.
Maybe he feels bad for even having to destroy the art, but the art did attack us first, didn't it? Wow. Oh, the pain.
Oh, this room is a treat.
Yeah.
Yeah, this is...
Oh, that's such a dick move, putting those right there.
Now, you do get invincibility, but it's just long enough that it should give you another time for that other pendulum blade to swing and hit you.
I've just noticed that even the pendulum blades are art. They have a statue of a woman on them. Attached to the blade that's trying to cut you in half?
And continuing our theme of foreshadowing, this, you might be able to guess. There's been a certain thing we've been collecting, which we're not going to get all of it in this playthrough, but I will on the second time around.
Meteorites. We're going to fight the moon at the end of this game. Now, to be fair, this platforming challenge is what I would call biffable. It's very biff-worthy.
It's worthy of Biff Tannen from Back to the Future?
Yeah, in that I wish he was caught in it. No, I mean that it's incredibly easy for you to whiff a simple jump and then get knocked around like a pinball. They don't do much damage, so that has to be the point of this room, is to embarrass you.
Has a point, yeah.
I don't know. This boss fight kind of embarrasses me too.
What?
Remember that one thing about the wicker baby?
Oh my god, we fight the wicker baby.
Well, we fight the wicker baby's guardian. Don't go in that circle. This is one of the only one-hit kills in the game.
Damn! Son! You got counter-executed.
How does it feel to be on the other end of an execution, Penitent One? Actually, you know what?
Not
Never mind.
great.
He won't say anything.
He wasn't even flashing red either.
No, it was just instant.
Yeah, I know, the kid can reach us through our iframes.
There are, I think, like maybe 1 or 2 other boss attacks in the entire game that are one-hit kills. But
They
this
save
is
it.
Yeah. And it is quite interesting that, I mean, aside from that and the spikes, like, there are very few things that can kill you instantly, but lots of things that can kill you quickly.
Well, I mean, it's there are multiple schools of boss design, right, that this game is employed, where like they also do like the death by chip damage
I
thing.
forgot about that. Holy shit. That's a
Ooh.
dick move.
But yeah, it's fascinating how they've been using both burst damage boss fights and bosses that have ads, bosses with multiple targets. Every one has done something different. They even had like a straight up fight with someone like you.
I could have sworn you said boss fights with ads, and I was thinking that there would be a boss fight that would attack you with product placement.
What? Like it's offering like Cupid dolls of like this, like I don't know, like the high wills are like giving you like, here you go. This is a replica of the tree inside a snow globe.
Yeah, this
can be
one-hit
yours
kill
if you
is
call
brought
this
to you by
number.
Pepsi.
That's not what I was thinking. I wasn't thinking like Truman Show style. I was thinking that we're leaving this place through the gift shop and with a child's spine.
Oh, yeah. Again, this boss fight is, I mean, it's definitely one of the boss fights that's much harder in New Game Plus because there are other pieces of not unavoidable damage, but stuff that's harder to avoid.
They give them new attacks.
Yeah. Well, no.
That's
it's-
cool.
No, it's not new attacks.
Oh.
It's just because the way that the boss works, and just the insanely increased amount of damage that everything does, including the bosses.
I'm gonna say it ramps up.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
Now, I was asking you about fire resistance earlier.
I think we should have brought the barrier suit.
You don't know that. You just need to keep climbing. You know, it's funny I was mentioning that he is at the height of a child. I was wrong. Children are even taller than him.
Oh my god, yes.
He is the size of Stuart Little.
Oh, no. No, he really does deserve punishment then if he's like Stuart Little, that little rat bastard. Wait, so does that mean that the Penitent One gets like a sweet go-kart to drive around in the New Game Plus?
We're on 10 videos is our first playthrough. So we're on video 9 already. This is the other boss that I mentioned that Viridiana cannot help. She can help on Exposito. I'll show that off in New Game Plus. But this is this mysterious third boss who is beyond even the power of Viridiana herself. What could possibly await us, I wonder.